Welcome, everyone. It is your boy Niner Sickness, accompanying my boy Florida Mike. We're taking it down tonight on New Year's, our very first broadcast on our new channel on a new year in 2021. Looking forward to having a better year in all aspects of life, especially with our 49ers in 2021. But before I go any further, I just want to make sure, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Support us. The more people hit the like button, the more YouTube will recognize us and will put our feed in their timeline so people can see it and join and subscribe to our channel. So hit the like button, subscribe, and most importantly, hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time we go live. Now, with that said, let me bring my boy, the one and only, the most knowledgeable man I know in football, Mr. Florida Mike. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Brother Beto? Happy New Year, 2021.
Happy New Year's. And welcome, Dawn. Welcome. I see you. She is popping up, and she's ready to rock and roll. Happy New Year's, Dawn. Appreciate your support. Much love and respect. She's saying hello to you from the girls herself. The girls, Jayla and Ariel, saying hello.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Niner family? Appreciate the love and the shout-outs. Hope you all are having an awesome 2021 start to the new year. Thank you for tuning in. And by the way, we got to make this known. Dawn is the first person in the YouTube history of 2021 to comment, outside of the podcast. But she's the first viewer to comment. So, Dawn, you just made history. You just made history 2021 already.
You know what? I like that, Mike. I really do. And it's so true. This is the first year, the first podcast. Yes, we had many shows, but that was under a different name. New podcast, new name, new channel, new year. And we're going forward from here. And Dawn, as Florida Mike already pointed out, you are the first viewer to log in, watch us, and comment. And that is history, because a year from now, when we look back at this, you're going to be the first one commenting. So congratulations for joining us today. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and I got to start the show with my quick shout-outs, man. Big shout-out to the whole Florida Niner chapter Empire, specifically in Orlando, Florida. Much love to them. Big shout-out to the German Niner Empire all the way in Deutschland, Germany, however you want to call it. And big shout out to the Heidelberg, Germany family in Augsburg, two places I live particularly. Got to show them love. And big shout out to the podcast right here. We're doing our thing here. So much love to all Niner fans worldwide. Niner Empire, bang, bang, Niner game. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm just adding our YouTube channel to a couple of Facebook groups. They have to come over to YouTube, so they won't be able to watch us live anymore on Facebook. But we want to bring as many of them over to YouTube. But I'm excited, brother. It's the last game of the we're going into week 17 on Sunday. It's the last game of the year. It did not plan out the way we wanted it. Unfortunately, due to injuries, COVID-19, and a lot of different moving parts, we are where we are. We're facing the NFC West champs, Seattle Seahawks, and we're going to face them with a bunch of players not participating due to injury once again. I mean, Javon Kinlaw, whose jersey I'm supporting, will be out. Kevin Givens, please keep him and his family in prayer. He's going to be out because of family issues. So keep him and his family in your prayers. We're going to have Richard Sherman out, K'Wan Williams out, Drake Greenlaw out, Emmanuel Mosley is probable. And so we're going to have to deal with the Josh Johnson at corner. Akila Witherspoon has kind of stepped up the last two games, so I'm looking forward to having him play, but you don't know what you get with him. Seattle, since they got that Carlos downbeat from Cincinnati, their defense has stepped up. They're playing well. It's going to be an interesting game What do you think the Niners need to do, Mike, with all these missing? I mean, Brandon Ayuk's not playing. Debo Samuel's not playing. You got Raheem Mostert not playing. Trent Williams is not playing. Our left tackle. We're going to have to put Brunskill in there. It's going to be interesting to watch. What do you think the Niners need to do, honestly, to try to at least keep it close, if not win the game?
Just going to have to execute, man. I mean, at this point, with all those injuries you named, they're all critical positions, critical players. And we've been dealing with that the whole season. So at this point, it's nothing new. We've been here, done that. So, hopefully Seattle has a bad game, and that can help us. We're going to need all the help we can get. It's not looking good on paper, but at the end of the day, you still got to play the game. So I have hope. I always have confidence in my team, but I'm also realistic and understanding we're at a huge disadvantage right now. So pulling out a win or being competitive in this situation, we'll probably have to keep Russell Wilson off the field as much as possible, eat up as much clock, and just execute as much best as we can. And, for the players that we do have available, this is their opportunity to step up. This game means a lot because not only is it a division rival game, beating the Seahawks, spoiling some of their if we beat them, I don't know where they'll be seated at, but if we can spoil them from possibly being number one, I don't think they clinch. I think they still got them in Green Bay. I don't know how that's working with seeding, but if we can spoil some of their thunder, that'd be great. And then you know what? Hey, that'd be huge, but we'll see.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, they won the division, but they are fighting for that number one seed. Now the Packers are playing the Bears. Don't know how the Bears need to win. Now this is the interesting part. Packers already won the division. They're fighting for the number one seed. As we all know, this year only the number one seeds get a bye. The number two seed doesn't get a bye anymore. They play in the round of the wild card. So this one seed is very important. Now the tough part of the Packers, they lost their left tackle to injury in practice. So they're fighting that. But Seattle is definitely fighting for that spot. If the Packers lose to the Bears and the Seahawks win, I believe Seahawks can get, and the Saints lose, the Seahawks can get the number one seed. So they're coming in, I was going to say to Levi's, but they're coming into Arizona, our temporary home that we own now, by beating the Cardinals last week, with a purpose. And they want to win the number one seed. So they're going to bring their A game. We, on the other hand, we're out of the playoffs. It's the last game of the week. But one thing about our team that I love, the locker room, and Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, this team has not packed up their bags. They have not tuned out, getting ready for the offseason. I don't think they'll win based on all the injuries. But if one thing I know for sure, Florida Mike, is they're going to come to play. Those kids are going to play. The backups got to make up they got to play well because they're trying to interview for or what's the proper word I'm looking for? So they can get picked up again by the Niners this next year or another team. So they are. There's a word I can't remember the word, but
they're trying to compete. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, they're trying to compete.
Going out there trying to compete and make sure they campaign themselves to be in a good possible position to succeed in their goals, whether it's with us or someone else.
Absolutely. I love your optimistic there, Don. We will kill the sea chickens. Hopefully that takes place. But myself, I have to be a realist. And do I want the Niners to win? Absolutely. I said this before, and I'll say it again. I can't speak for nobody else, but I kind of feel that Mike's with me on this. But myself, Niners second doesn't care for draft positioning. Whatever happens next season is next season. I want to beat especially a division rival. I want to beat the Seahawks badly. Mm-hmm. And if we can ruin any chance of getting the number one seed, it's a small but a tangible goal for the fans. That at least As we see the Seahawks go forward, they cannot play home field advantage at home because we ruined it. That's a little kind of like, since the season we had. So do I expect them to win? Not really. Do I want them to win? Yes. But I will never want my team to lose purposely, nor will they lose purposely. If they lose, it's just because they got better played by a better team. But once the game's over on Sunday and we begin the offseason, then we can talk draft and then we can talk the possibilities of whatever positioning. But during this season, especially players, Florida Mike, tell me if I'm wrong. Do you think these players care about where the Niners sit in draft for next year for new players to possibly replace them? Or do you think they're playing for their paycheck?
I don't think players care anything about what fans care about. I mean, they're actually part of the game. We're just associates of the game. So majority of the players they do their best to limit their social media intake due to that reason. Because they don't care what fans got to say or what they think. Fans don't know anything but what's reported. None of us are in the locker room. So no matter how expertise we want to say we are, we're not part of the locker room. While we can have opinions and have conversations, the reality is, as players, I would think that they don't give a damn about what we think. All they care about is winning and doing their job. Because at the end of the day, COVID has proven, fans or no fans, they still going out there playing the game. Fans are associates of the game. We have an impact as far as, revenue and being part of the culture of the game. But at the end of the day, their job is to go out there and play, man. Like right now, COVID has proven that they don't even have fans in the stadium barely, and they're out there playing. Like there's a sold out full stadium. So yeah, if they're out there playing for what fans think, then they're not in the right business, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same thing goes with owners. When owners draft get guys to fill certain positions, and then you got these GMs and coaches making decisions on who they draft. I really doubt they are sitting there watching what fans got to say on, comments and stuff. Because if it was up to the fans and what we're doing with our business decision, it wouldn't be injuries that would make us a losing team. Fans' decisions will make us a losing team because fans, in general, like to draft based on fantasy football and not real life.
Yep. Couldn't say it better myself, bro. Players care about winning. They care about their paycheck. They can care less about what the fans' opinion. They appreciate the fan base, but they got a job to do. And they're going to do their best job as possible, especially these backups. They want to earn a spot on a roster, whether it's the Niners roster next year or another roster. They are not going to concern themselves, well, if we win or we lose, we kind of mess up the Niners' position in the draft. They're not worried about that. We worry about that as fans and concern ourselves with that because we're looking in the future. They're looking at Week 17 and Seattle Seahawks and not any further because they have the players have no outcome in the draft anyway. What they can control is trying to win a game. So, Niner faithful, listen, Seattle is a nemesis of our team. They are part of our division. I never want to lose. Now, keep this in mind. I'm going to say this real quick. If we win, and I say if because of all the injuries, if we win on Sunday, not only do we take the opportunity of Seattle winning the number 1 seed, but we are 4-2 in the division. Let that sink in. 4-2 in the division. That speaks volume. That tells you that with a healthy roster, we are there. That division is ours. If we have all the injuries, if we have all the things that went out this, even though we are in the basement, but we lost to Seattle once and to Arizona once. We beat the Rams twice, and we beat Arizona once. Right now, we're 3-2. If we lose, we'll be 3-3. Still not bad, but we'll get swept by Seattle. If we win, we are 4-2, and nobody sweeps us in our division. So it's not a major accomplishment, but it is an accomplishment as a fan base. So this is why you need to be rooting for the win on Sunday and get your mind off of where they're going to be drafting. Okay, there's pride to be played. There's pride for fan base to watch our team win, so that we can say we went 4-2, and we did not get swept by none of the teams, and we swept the Rams on top of that. So it's important to win this game, bro. And I guess I can't handle any. Honestly, I won't disrespect no one because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But it's hard for me to type really upset someone that is willing and wants to lose intentionally to any game, but especially to a divisional game because you want to have a high draft pick. Listen, let me tell you right now. Let me just bust the bubble. The Niners are not going to be drafting a quarterback in the first round. Jimmy will be back. May they draft a quarterback in the second or third and develop him? Probably. But Fields, Trevor Lawrence, all these quarterbacks, Wilson, they're going to be gone in the top 5. We're not going to be nowhere near the top 5. So if you're in the la-la land, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but in a delusional state of mind where you think you're going to get one of those quarterbacks, do me a favor. Slap yourself and wake up to reality. We're not. So I wouldn't be opposed to an offensive lineman or a different position, but we're not getting a quarterback. So let's go out and beat the Seahawks, and let's beat them good, and let's end the ugly 2020 season with a win underneath their belt.
Yeah, right on. I mean, last show, if you guys were not tuned in, we actually discussed the reason why tanking, or how the bad effects of tanking can carry over to another season, and develop a mentality of just giving up and quitting if things don't go your way. And then you have some statements of fans, as Beto alluded to just a minute ago, that want a new quarterback. But yet, like I presented the question on Monday, and I'll say it again on Friday, on the first day of the new year. Please tell me a better option to Jim Garoppolo that's available that will not mortgage our future. Yep. Or tell me a rookie in the seating that we'll be in if we're outside of the top 10. Tell me a rookie quarterback better than Garoppolo in college right now, outside of the top 10. Because we're not getting Trevor Lawrence, so you can cancel that. So if your whole option is to give up draft picks, I just mentioned, without mortgaging our future. So make sure you hear everything I said. I want to say it one last time. I'm just asking 2 simple questions. For non-draft players, meaning anybody in the NFL currently, name me a quarterback that is available better than Jimmy Garoppolo that will not mortgage our future. I'm all ears. And the second question is, can you name me a quarterback in college that's outside of the top 5 that's better than Jimmy Garoppolo that you would want right now? Now, if you can answer one of those 2 questions, I'm listening. So I'm not about giving up draft picks that mortgaging our future for a quarterback that went 13-3. You know what I'm saying? We just went to the Super Bowl last year, and you can say what you want about our defense got us there or our run game got us there. Jimmy Garoppolo had almost had 4,000 passing yards. So it's not like he just sat there and handed the ball off to most of the entire season. He actually had to pass the football. So I'll leave it at that. I know Garoppolo's not the best quarterback in the league, but he's a good game manager when he's healthy. He's proven to be winning percentage. He's proven to have more good than bad. You might not like his good on elite level, but his good is damn sure better than average. He's between average and elite, and that's what I call a good game manager. So let's see, what we can keep and retain next year, and let's see what we can draft. And hopefully we'll be back in the playoff thick next year.
100% agree. Everybody that's coming in real quick, make sure if you're watching the show now or you watch this show on a replay, hit the like button right on your screen with the thumbs up. Make sure you click on the like button. This shows support to our podcast. The more likes we get on a live, the more that YouTube recognizes us in our feed and puts it on their timeline so other Niner faithful can see it and subscribe to our channel. So make sure you hit the like button. I just seen somebody hit it. Appreciate it. Hit the like button, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you haven't hit the notification bell, hit the notification for us, please. And to Florida Mike's point, absolutely 100%. Is there better quarterbacks out there that can come in than Garoppolo? Yes. But it's going to come at a cost. Do you want to mortgage our future? I do not. You can think about Stafford, but I forgot what he's at, what his contract is, but it's way much higher than Jimmy Garoppolo's. Then you have Dak that wants, if he comes in, he wants about $40 million a year. You got to think about these thoughts and not just names. You got to, unfortunately, in football, you got to get yourself out of the fantasy football state of mind and go into reality when it comes to real sports, because you got to look at the whole thing, the whole picture. You can't just look at a player by name and want them on your team like you do fantasy football and nothing, and there's no consequences. You got to look at your whole, how much money you have, how much it's going to come accounting. Yes, I was going to say cap. I was going to say gap. The cap, and how it's going to hurt our franchise going forward. What position are we going to lose because of a quarterback? You can have a great quarterback, but if you don't have a left tackle protecting him, he's going to be running for his life. He's not going to be having great games. So you have to make sure that all your key positions on a team are fulfilled. And you got to balance that cap. So it's not about just bringing a name because he's played well in another team and not consider how it'll hurt us financially. So there is no other quarterback out there, Mike. I don't think nobody can come up with an answer to your question without them being honest with themselves. And Jimmy Garoppolo is okay. Is he a type of Hall of Fame quarterback? No. Is he a superstar quarterback? No. But he is a quarterback that if you protect him and if he stays healthy, can get you wins. I mean, we went 13-3. It's not like this happened 4 years ago. This happened last year. Okay, and please get off that delusional thought that, well, the only reason why we made the Super Bowl is because we ran the ball and we didn't need Jimmy. But how did we get to the playoffs in the first place? In order to us, now the run game was working very well. Minnesota couldn't stop it. Green Bay couldn't stop it. The whole old cliche is, if it ain't broken, why fix it? If the running game is successful, why would you want to pass the ball? If you're winning at will, if the defense knows you're running and they still can't stop your run, I'm okay with that. Let's forward a little bit to the Super Bowl. Yes. Did Jimmy have some missed throws? Yes. Are there some throws that he wishes he had back? Yes. But if I recall, weren't we winning going into the fourth quarter? I mean, we lost the game, obviously. But 7 minutes into the fourth quarter, weren't we winning by double digits, Mike?
We were up 20-10, and then that was it. KC made their run.
But we were winning, though, with Jimmy.
We were winning, correct.
With Jimmy.
10 points, 7 minutes away from getting our sixth Lombardi, correct.
You think we would have been leading? Because obviously we didn't need Jimmy in the playoffs, right? But you think we would have been?
I'm not going to say that.
Well, I know. I'm just trying to make a point with this.
No, I know.
Follow me.
I know what you're saying.
Let me rephrase it. People said that we didn't need Jimmy for the playoffs, but let me ask this question. With Nick Mullins at quarterback starting that Super Bowl, you think we would have been winning going into the fourth quarter?
If Nick Mullins was playing, we wouldn't have even made the Super Bowl.
There you go. So Jimmy got us into the fourth quarter winning. Every quarterback. Is he a Patrick Mahomes? No. But he's
Put it like this, Beto. We don't even need to really discuss this too much with these kind of people. The only reason, here's the facts. When Garoppolo got hurt the year prior to us going to the Super Bowl, the backups had the same exact team with the run game. And you saw what happened. We had a losing record. So how do you have the same players and still not produce like Garoppolo? There's a reason why, Garoppolo has this 70% something win percentage, above 70%, because he gives us the better chance to win. So I know this year we had a lot of banged up injuries and people are going to nitpick and say, his record was a losing record or whatever. But, Garoppolo played a handful of games and it's like, okay, well, he did what he had to do. I don't know if his record was a losing record this year. I have to go back and look, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is Jimmy Garoppolo is the best quarterback we have on this roster.
Mm-hmm.
And until we get someone better, then there's no need in francing over the quarterback situation because we have to retain players. We have a business side. That means there are players up for upcoming free agency. We're going to want to retain some. And then we still got to save up to pay guys that are due like within the next year. So we got to keep a core of players and still have money for that. And you're not going to get that bringing in some top-notch quarterback, probably outside of their prime, and paying them more than Garoppolo just to say, I want to have a shot at winning within this year or next year. Because after that, you're going to be struggling. So let's just, like I said, in my humble opinion, Garoppolo should just get another opportunity to have a full season. He's only had one full season since he's been in San Francisco.
Yes.
I mean, he's only had one full season as a starting quarterback since he's been in San Francisco. And in his career, he hasn't really played as many snaps as all these other guys. Like when he came in the league, he sat on the bench for like 4 years, right?
Yes.
So he hasn't.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, he hasn't really played that much, man. Like, and we're judging him off of an injured, riddled season. We're judging him off of years where we were building and rebuilding our whole culture. So when we hit our peak, which was last year, that was our. And matter of fact, let's be real. A lot of you last year didn't see us going 13-3 prior to the season. You thought that was another rebuild year, but we got expectations past a year early. This year was supposed to be our 13-3, but we made that landmark, that benchmark last year. So
good point.
With that being said, Garoppolo has done what he has to do to get this team to the Super Bowl. Now it's just a matter of keeping him healthy. So, like I said, I'm not going to debate with fans on that. If they feel that way, that's their opinion. But until they can answer my two questions, I really have no reason to discuss it much further. They got to answer my two questions that I presented. And if you're just now tuning in the show and want to know what the question to them is, make sure you hit that replay and that like and that subscribe, and you can go right back to the whatever minute mark that is.
Love that.
And you can see what I'm talking about. So, bro, Beto, let's get into this, man. So we got an upcoming game against Seattle.
Yes.
What do you think about – here's what's funny, and I hate to say this, but Seattle's really one player away from having their entire season shut down. And if Russell Wilson, something crazy happens to him, or he gets hurt or he's limited or can't play, we have a chance to beat them. I don't give a damn how many injuries we have. Losing Russell Wilson for them is almost equivalent to what we have with our injuries because I don't think they do anything without Wilson. Wilson makes Seattle have a chance to compete.
Who they are,
period. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't even know who their backup is. You know what I mean?
Neither do I. They got some, very good point.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know who their backup is. I don't even think Seattle fans know who their backup is.
I don't even think the backup knows who he is.
Maybe they have some backup that I don't know about. You know, I might stand correct. Maybe their backup come in and do something like, damn, who is this guy? But I seriously doubt it. You know what I mean? They're not going to do what Russell Wilson does. No. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So I think if our offense is just going to have to execute, if CJ Beathard had the game of his life, it would need to be this Sunday. It would have to be this Sunday. He would need to come in and just like destroy Seattle. That would be that would be great with
I would
the
love it.
weapons we have. Yeah, if he can do something miraculous, that'd be super. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, like I said, it's the last game of the year. We've been through this injury thing. We're battle tested with injuries. We know that, hey, we can go compete. We have nothing to lose. So I know our guys are going to come out there fired up. Despite whatever Seattle's going to try to do, trying to get this number one seed, our guys are going to come out there fired up. So we're going to do what we got to do. Hey, I see the fans, man, chiming in a little bit. I'm trying to watch some of these comments a little bit more. That's my goal for one of my goals of the new year.
There you go.
I don't even do New Year's resolutions. I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't. I feel like New Year's resolutions, people wait until the first day of the year only to backtrack about a month later. They be like, I'm hitting the gym up on New Year. And then after 2 weeks,
if you're not doing it already, it's a pipe dream.
I have goals. You know what I mean? I don't need a fresh day of the year for my goals to be pursued.
Yeah.
I was pursuing, my saying was actually finish 2020 strong and then go to the new year, because you still have some things in 2020 you forget about. So, but yeah, I see Dina. Dina is with us. What's going on, Dina? Dina says, can you clarify a rumor? You can bring that up on screen. There you go. Could you clarify a rumor? I heard that Saleh is going to Detroit. You know what? That's floating around because I think he has some connections out there.
He's from Detroit.
I don't know all the details about. Okay,
that's
his there you
hometown.
Go. So he's from there, and Detroit obviously will be looking for a coach. So that's probably where the base of those rumors are coming. However, he's still going to do his due diligence and probably apply like he did last year and see what opportunities are out there. And I'm pretty sure he's going to take the best one. But if Detroit is calling his name and the price is right and it's a good fit for him, yeah, he might go. But we're prepared for that. I know we got a list of candidates to replace him. You know what I'm saying? I know I know we have some people criticizing Saleh due to his lack of adjustments while we're talking about him, but I just wanted to say also that I think at the end of the day, what this man has done this year, I certainly appreciate him.
Come on, brother.
This man has had no defensive pass rushers at all, and he has managed to possibly have us at 4-2 at the end of this year with that defense in our division.
Yes.
It's pretty damn amazing. We beat the Rams twice with no pass rush. It's pretty damn amazing. So while he has some, criticisms of his lack of adjustments after halftime, especially, he's done a great job of firing his team up and getting them to play all out. And I'm going to take the high road, and I'm not going to critique him in that way. I'm just going to say I'm very thankful for what he has done for this organization. He was a big pivotal part and contributor in help turning us around despite the criticisms that have came. He has also done some good things as well. So I'm hoping him the best of luck.
Absolutely, man. Real quick, as we continue to go forward, I just want to remind you guys real quick again to please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time we go live. This is our first year, our first podcast of the year of 2021. So all of you that are chiming in, welcome, and also give yourself a pat in the back because you are writing upon history with us. This is the first show of 2021. 1 year from now, we're going to look back at it and you're going to be like, man, we were there from day one in 2021 with the N.W.A. Niners with Attitude podcast. And we've been watching and supporting them from year one. So give yourself a hand of applause. And because you are making history with us, this YouTube channel is going to grow. Right now, we don't have that many comments because we're babies. And as a baby matures and it grows and gets healthy, it will progress. And that's what I look forward in this channel. So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, but most importantly, share, and share this podcast YouTube channel with all your friends and family on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever channel you go through. Make sure to let them know, hey, if you're a Niner fan and you want to be updated on your Niners, join a great podcast, the N.W.A. podcast, and we would appreciate it as we grow together. And another thing I wanted to mention, once we hit our 100 subscribers, we will be giving away a free jersey of whatever player you want and whatever size you need. We got it covered. That's how we do it in the N.W.A. The first 100 subscribers, we will do a jersey giveaway to show you our appreciation for your hard work in inviting people to the channel. So going back to what Dina had mentioned about Robert Saleh, you're absolutely 100%, Mike. You know, yes, he has some issues of adjusting before halftime, but this was a linebacker coach that was promoted to defensive coordinator once he came to the Niners. Every positional coach has their growing pains. They have to make their proper adjustments, and the coaches that are hired underneath them. And this year, they were without pass rushers, as Florida Mike. Can you guys hear the birds?
Yeah,
Loud?
absolutely. They chirping. Oh, you're good. You're
Okay.
good, man. Don't bother me at all.
Okay.
They chirping.
Are they? All right. So I might have to drop my mic a little bit. But what he has done without a pass rush, keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. What he has done without a secondary, because we had Richard Sherman missing majority of the time. Inconsistency of Ahkello Witherspoon. Even Emmanuel Mosley had some rough patches. We had some issues with our linebacking core, with Kalen Alexander being hurt at the time when he was with us. And this man does nothing but win. And I believe our defense is top 6, top 5, at least top 10 with all the injuries. Kudos to Robert Saleh. Many of you guys don't like him. That's fine. But the man does deserve a head coaching job. And I hope he goes to the right place. And if we do lose him, then we'll just have to make a replacement for him. One of the things, and I hate this because it shouldn't have to be done this way, for a minority coach to get hired. But the new league came out with, if a minority coach gets hired as a head coach, the team that loses that coach gets awarded a third pick in the draft for 2 years. So we'll get a number 3 for 2021, and we'll get a 3 for 2022. We'll take it. I mean, it's there. We'll take it. But I hate that has to happen for a minority to get a job, because there's so many. Like, I'm a big advocate for Eric the Enemy, the offensive coordinator of Kansas City. I think that guy is a great coach, and I hope that him and Robert Saleh both get their shot and their opportunity in the NFL to be able to showcase what they can do. With that said, Mike, the linebackers coach that we have, I can't think of his name. Help me out if you know it.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, you're talking about they probably want to promote him.
Yes, this guy is
right.
This guy is amazing. And if you think about it, if any positional coach in the defense that you want to maybe coach and bring up to defensive coordinator, it's linebackers. Why? Because the defensive line coach only worries about the defensive line. He don't worry about the linebackers or the secondary. A secondary coach kind of worries a little bit about the defensive line, but not the linebacker. But the linebacker coach has to concern themselves with the defensive line and the secondary as a linebacker coach. So they're, to me, are a little bit more, I hate to say trained, but more qualified for that promotion. Not to say that you can't get promoted from a secondary and be great or not. But This guy, and I can't think of his name, Marcus, I can't think of his name, but I think he will be a great hire within. And not only that, but that'll show the rest of the coaches that if you do your job to the best of your ability, you will be recognized and given the opportunity to move up. And I think that's a great message that Kyle Shanahan will show to the rest of the coaching staff. Now, Robert Saleh, if he does go, will take a few offensive coordinators with him and defensive coordinators. I just hope, I wish him well. I wish him the best, but I really don't want him to take too many coaches from our coaching staff. But one of the names that I've been hearing will be LaFleur going with him to be his offensive coordinator wherever he goes. So we'll see. This is where John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan earn their money by replacing those positions with other coaches. Another coach that is not within that I like is Dan Quinn. He got fired from Atlanta. He runs the same defense that we're running now. Matter of fact, he was the one that taught Robert Saleh what Robert Saleh knows back in Seattle. And then there's the defensive coordinator for the Chargers. They might be let go. I like him as well. So there's going to be candidates out there to come in. Now, let me ask you this, Florida Mike. Do you like the scheme that we're running on defense now and bring another coach to run the same scheme? Or would you want to try a whole different scheme with a different type of defensive coordinator, in your opinion?
Well, it all really depends on what type of players that we're retaining.
Okay.
A lot of players this year might not be back next year. We're probably going to keep a handful of guys because we're going to have a ton of free agents. So I don't know who's all coming back. I think the guy from Atlanta is available to fill the defensive position. Not Quinn, but the guy that, stepped up as an interim for Quinn, I heard.
Raheem, the one that used to be head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Right. Like I heard he's pretty solid on the defensive side. I mean, Atlanta statistically.
True.
And I'm not a numbers or stats guy. I really don't like using stats. But from what I hear, they say he's had Atlanta actually playing better as he stepped up and took over. Yes. Atlanta has went on and competed against some really good teams and limited good high-power offensive teams down. So if we were to get him, that would be a viable option as well. Promoting within is always a good strategy, but you got at the end of the day, you got to take the best candidate too.
Yes.
If you have guys out there available right now, it really can affect what you're going to do for the future. So you have to draft. I mean, you have to hire the right guy. You have to.
Absolutely.
You have to get it right. So whoever the best guy is what it is. Now, as far as the floor leaving, it's a big, that's a huge impact for us, obviously, but it seems, I don't know how involved LaFleur is with, I know game planning, he's got to be heavily involved, but like, as far as actually calling plays, it seems like Kyle Shanahan does his own thing.
Yes.
I don't know that to be fact, but it seems like Kyle Shanahan kind of, does his thing. So, but you know what? That's the name of the business, man. These guys are going to come in. They're going to leave. These guys are not going to stay. I mean, I really hate using this team. I really hate using them. But that team over there with the clam chowder, how many coaches have they lost and they still continue just to keep going? That's the name of the business. As long as you got your primary guys there with Kyle Shanahan and Lynch, I mean, it's the job, like you said, to fill those positions. So let's see. I'm hoping after the Seattle game, not only do we come out with a W, but we get the best qualified position coach, and we also get the best players in the draft to be able to be a part of this growing team. And I want to see us win a damn Super Bowl with Kyle Shanahan.
And by the way, the name of the coach we're talking about, his name is Raheem Morris.
Okay, right.
Yeah, Raheem Morris.
I heard he's pretty solid.
He has stepped up. The offensive defense has stepped up with him. And he did great. Defensively, he did great in Tampa Bay. A lot of people may say, why do do you want to hire someone that got fired? They couldn't make it as a head coach. Well, let me give you a little bit of a news flash. A lot of a lot of coaches that become head coaches are not good, unfortunately, at running the whole organization, top to bottom, offense, defense, and special teams. But when you put them in the element where they thrive in the positional job as a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator, and they just keep their mind on that aspect, they thrive as head coaches. When you put them in a head coach position, sometimes it's just too much on their plate, and they're just not as good. But Raheem Morris is a great defensive coach, not necessarily overall, at least not yet. He still should be given another chance in the future, but I wouldn't be disappointed with him either. Either him or Dan Quinn, they're both great defensive coordinator minds, so, and that would be great. And I'm trying to think about the coach within. Nate's in here, if Nate can remind us. Nate, what is our linebacker head coach? If we hire within, what is the name of our linebacker coach? And real quick, Mike, do me a favor. Type something on the comments for me, Mike. Just put hi or something, so that I can make you moderator, real quick.
See.
Just type in it, as long as your name pops up, so I can make you moderator.
I've never typed in the comments before ever.
Yeah. Or if you can are you on your computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go on there where it says, add a comment, just put hi or something, just so I can see your name pop up before I forget. Nate brought that to my thought. I wouldn't have thought of it. So
yeah, I'm trying to see where
do I go? If you go, or just go on your phone.
I don't have my phone with me right now.
Okay. I have to do it while we're live. Okay, well, we can always do it next time. But
yeah.
We have to do it while you're live. I don't know why. Or I'll probably look into it. But anyway, get back to the show as we're getting near our 1 hour of our first show in 2021. Everyone, will continue to proceed to the hours up. But I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. You guys are amazing. I expect the N.W.A. podcast to really take off in 2021. We're going to be breaking down a lot of things here on our podcast. We're talking week 17, and then we'll talk about what happens after week 17. And then once we get into the offseason, we will break down free agency. We will break down players that we may be losing, picking up, draft, and so much more during the offseason. So a lot of you guys ask me privately on my messenger, are you guys going to be live on during the offseason? Or are you guys just going to do your lives during the season? To answer you guys' question, we will be doing our lives in the offseason as well. As we all know, so many things take place in the offseason. So many moving pieces in the offseason. We will be giving you breaking news of everything that takes place. So make sure you subscribe, and if you're watching now, please hit that like button. Again, I can't stress this enough. The more likes we get, the more YouTube recognizes our live feed and puts us in their timeline so everybody can see our videos. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time we go live. And most importantly, share this channel with all your friends and family as we grow together. We would appreciate that. So, Mike, as we're winding down, and we had a great show for our first show in 2021, Mike. What do you want? Which player do you want besides CJ Beathard, because you mentioned him already? Which player do you want to step up to give us a chance to win that is not a starter?
Man, I don't know. Everybody got to step up. We don't have the luxury of one player. We got too many people. We got too many starters missing. So most of these guys are going to be non-starters, and all of them are going to have to step up. I mean, we don't have that type of team where our depth is just as good as our first string. You know what I mean? It's a drop off like many teams. So I don't know, man. I can't really say one, bro. To be honest, man, we're playing a healthy Seattle team.
Yeah,
Everybody's going to have to step up, man.
true
It's
that.
going to be hard for one person.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking forward to seeing Akulo or Akilo Witherspoon, aka Akulo, have a great game. Continue to have a great game because he's an interesting piece to our puzzle coming into next year. He has his ups and he has his downs. He has games where he plays like, man, that's a great corner. And then he has other games where like, oh my God, freaking Akulo, what were you thinking? Unbelievable. But the last two games, he has been impressive. He has been showing us that what he's capable of being. So I'm rooting for him for another good game against Seattle because somebody's going to have to, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Mosley, or no, Jason Verrett, hopefully, lined up to with Metcalf on the other side. So Emmanuel Mosley or Akulo is going to have to step up and keep an eye on the other receiver. I can't think of his name right now, but they have very good two receivers. They have a running game that is moving. Their defense has kind of gotten better since Carlos Dunlap has come over. A healthy Anthony Adams. Like we said in the beginning of the show, the Seahawks, they're playing for a possibility of the number one seed. A lot of a lot of moving parts have to take place for that to happen, but they're going to do it in their part to make it happen for the best that they can, is to win this game. It's going to be a tough win. It's going to be a tough game to win, but I want to see an effort from all our players. I want to see a great effort, and whatever happens, happens. I'm still proud of my squad. I'm still proud to be a 49er, and I proudly wear the red and gold on my body throughout the offseason, during the season, during good seasons, and during bad seasons. So, as we come to a close, would you give a prediction of the game against Seattle, in your opinion?
Nah, to be honest with you, I'm not a prediction guy. I leave that to Houdini.
That's an escape artist.
Yeah, exactly. That's what predictions are like.
Oh, did he freeze on me?
To me.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, but I said that jokingly. I mean, I know Houdini's an escape artist, but that's how I feel about predictions. That's an escape from reality. That's
Maybe we can escape with a win. I like it.
Maybe we can. So I'll leave it to Houdini. But I don't know. Predictions are hard because of the fact that, I've never really been a prediction guy. It's kind of like fantasy football for me. You know what I mean? If I don't have any type of control in our hand in the situation, I just kind of stay far away from it. I can do it for fun, but this particular game, I'm not getting a prediction because I don't know that we'll win. So it's hard for me to say the words that team in Washington will win. Like I don't like saying those words. So,
yeah. And
I don't see us outscoring them. Let me say it like that.
Yeah, if it has to be a shootout, it's not going to be healthy for us. And it's funny you say Washington because a lot of people are going to automatically assume you're talking about the Washington football team. But a lot of you guys don't know, Seattle is in Washington. So I just want to clarify.
Oh, man, I would hope people.
You would hope, but you never know, bro. I'm telling you, you never know. You got to make sure everything's clear because people.
You lived in this country. If you watch the NFL and you don't know where the teams are located, like if you don't watch the NFL, I understand that. You know what I mean? You might have the possibility of confusing Washington football team with that team up there in that Washington. But if you're an avid fan of the NFL, I don't see how it's possible you cannot know where a team is located.
You know what? You said you don't really care about New Year resolutions, and I'm with you. But one of my resolutions this year was, and I already screwed it up. I screwed it up already. That's why you don't have to. That's why resolutions are not good. I told myself one of my 2021 resolutions, and if Nathaniel's listening, he's going to get a crack out of this, is to make sure that I hit the record button on my Roadcaster Pro on our shows, especially our very first show in 2021. I told myself this prior to the show starting. What did I do? Did not press that record button. So, damn. I really got to put a sticker like in the middle of my screen. I got two 34-inch screens in front of me, and I still can't hit the record button. So, pray for me, guys, that the Niner sickness gets it together and learns how to use his finger on a big old green button. I'm telling you, it's a big button like this big that says record, and it turns red when it's recording. And then big letters come on the screen that says recording. Yet I failed to do so. So, faithful, pray for your boy that the spirit of stupidity leaves me today. And for our next podcast, I make sure I hit the damn record button. This is why I need the Boston Hater, because he has a rollcaster himself and he likes to hit the record button when we go live. So please forgive me, and we'll definitely work. Not happening. There's always Friday, Beto. I know. So, as with that said, we are coming to a conclusion to our live. Officially, our first 2021 unrecorded live has taken place going forward on our new channel, on a new year, and I'm really looking forward for a great year in 2021, not just in football, but in all aspects of life. We went through a lot of craziness in 2020. It has to be better in 2021. Let's all put our energy together and let's make it better. And we're going to have a better season for the 49ers in 2021. The N.W.A. podcast is going to take off because of you guys, the viewers. And I just want to thank publicly all my co-hosts. Without my co-hosts, the support they give to this podcast wouldn't be what it is. To my boy that is with me right now, Florida Mike, much love and respect for you, brother. The Boston Hater himself, although he hates Boston, is one hell of a dude, man. This guy is an honorable man, a very caring man, opposite of hate, honestly. But he hates Boston, so we'll go with that. I want to appreciate the Boston Hater. And my boy E-Man. I want to appreciate him as well as the panel. I'm acknowledging the panel. Not that I don't acknowledge the viewers. I love and respect each and every view watching. But at this point, I just want to acknowledge my panel that without them, we wouldn't be what we are, man. So I love your support. I love your desire for this group to prosper. And I'm looking forward for a great 2021, Mike, and the rest of the panel. And let's make it grow, man. Let's make this just blow up. And let's have one hell of a season, brother.
Absolutely. And we had a few questions from the viewers before we leave. I think a couple of people were wondering about when is the next show? Is it the same time? So, yes, it will be. We'll still resume it as Monday and Friday. It'll be 7 p.m. West Coast time, 10 p.m. East Coast time. So if you been tuning in, we're keeping the same bat time, same bat channel. We're just on YouTube strictly. That's the only difference. And we're going by Niners with the N.W.A., you know.
Niners with attitude.
You're right. Niners with attitude. So there you go. That's the changes. So, yeah, tune back, rock with us on Monday night, January the 4th at 7 p.m. Cali time, 10 p.m. Florida time.
Exactly. With that said, man, I just want to thank each and every you for watching. I just want to thank all the first responders, all those that put their life on the line in 2020 for everything they did. We appreciate you, man. Much love and respect. And we'll see you guys on Monday with the post game of the Seattle Seahawks game. Until then, have a blessed evening and enjoy the game on Sunday. Peace out.